Hey Java Nuts, it's coffee time. Turkish-style coffee goes by many names around the world, but the open concept remains the same. Fine grounds brewing in open water, no filter. There are two main methods for preparation, modern and traditional, as well as an old world method still used by some specialty shops. Today, I will show you modern and traditional because you can brew those right at home. There are many brands for Turkish coffees and, like other brewing methods, everyone has their favorite. There are really only three brands that I trust and recommend. My two go-to, Landwehr and Elite, and my secondary, Mehmet Efendi, which I'm completely out of. Can't get your hands on these brands? Fear not, caffeinator. I will also show you how to use your favorite brand in Turkish brew. And as an added bonus, I will conduct an experiment on a medium fine and espresso ground coffees to show you the differences and whether Turkish ground actually is important. The rule of thumb is 1 slightly rounded teaspoon for every 5 ounces of water. Add more or less to adjust for your taste. The modern method is by far the easiest of the two. However, it will not yield as good of a cup and will use more grounds. The upside? If you can boil water, you can use it. This method is ideal for hotel stays and the office. Start by placing some water to boil. The amount here is not so important because you will be pouring this into your serving cup. Just make sure to boil more than what you need. This method is designed for microwave oven or electric kettle. As the water is boiling, measure out your grounds into your 6 to 8 ounce serving cup. Do not use a cup or a mug larger than 10 ounces. If you want sugar, add it now. Once the water boils, pour about 5 ounces over your grounds and stir for 5 to 10 seconds. Then tap a few times to help settle the ground. Every minute or so, while you allow the coffee to extract, tap the cup a few times against the table, being careful not to disturb the liquid too much. This will take approximately 5 minutes. When the grounds settle, you're ready to drink. Some cheaper brands will continue to float. Simply spoon that out. Before you take your first sip, carefully blow into the surface to break the surface tension and dislodge any stubborn grounds. Now enjoy your modern method Turkish-style coffee. The traditional method will yield a much more flavorful cup but requires direct heat, such as a stovetop or a campfire. This method is ideal for the home or the outdoors. Start by heating your decanter empty. While it's heating, measure out the water in your serving cup. I will be using a measuring cup. Using this method, always measure out an ounce or so more than what you need. I'm right at about the 6 ounce line. When the decanter has heated some, add your grounds, shaking them constantly. Do not let them burn. If they start to smoke, like this, toss them out and start a fresh batch on less time. After a few seconds, add the water and stir. If you want sugar, add it now. Wait for the mixer to start to boil and flour over itself like so. Remove it from the heat and wait for the water to settle. Then add it back to the heat and reflour. After the second flouring, pour the coffee into your serving cup and tap a few times to settle the grounds. Every minute or so, while you allow the coffee to finish extracting, tap the cup a couple times against the table, being careful not to disturb the liquid too much. This will take approximately 3 minutes. When the grounds settle, you're ready to drink. Though some cheaper brands will continue to float, there will be less floaters using this method. Before you take your sip, carefully blow on the surface to break up any surface tension and dislodge any stubborn grounds. Now enjoy your traditional method Turkish-style coffee. In any method, Turkish-style will leave sludge at the bottom of your cup, so be mindful of that when you get to the end. This is the reason why it's known as mud coffee in some countries. Have boiling water ready. On the left, I will use medium fine grounds, and on the right, I will use espresso grounds. As you can see, the medium fine grounds float to the top, making it impossible to actually drink the cup. Larger grounds will tend to float, like this whole bean. Espresso grounds do a much better job, but even they float more than Turkish coffee grounds. For the same reason, the medium fine grounds floated. They are larger. Turkish grounds are much finer than espresso ground, comparable to powdered sugar in consistency, while espresso grounds are closer to table salt. So how do you use your favorite brands in this brewing method? Grind your bag at the store that you bought it from using their industrial burr grinder with the setting all the way to Turkish. Be patient, as it takes a little while to ground Turkish. Medium dark to dark roasts tend to work best. Lighter roasts tend to taste bitter and incomplete, while super dark or midnight roasts tend to taste burned. You'll never know what you like until you try, so give it a shot. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might also enjoy it. If you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment below, sharing your experiences. Which brand or roast did you like best? Which one did you dislike most? Make sure you tune in next week for another flavorful episode.